Welcome to Snatched Sisters. That was good. We nailed that. Oh my god.
Look at us.
Oh, we've been best friends for a hot 20 years, and it is time for you to get our perspective on not simply the world, but Drag Race.
Specifically the world of Drag Race, honey.
Specifically. Thank you. And since it is May 2025, we're going to begin with All Stars 10.
Yes, we are. So excited. I literally cannot wait to get into this.
She came in the green, poison ivy look. Oh! The sparkly poison ivy. Woo! It's not poison ivy. It's that like Rosario Pokemon. Rosarita or something. I think the name wrong. But
So hot.
so hot. The sparkles, the whole thing. She nailed this fucking look.
Agreed. Aja has this very specific aesthetic she embodies.
Yeah, she really does.
Oh, Miss Deja.
I lived for this entrance look. I was like, please give us more of this. I love that she's campy. I love that she does camp. I hope she keeps giving us camp. I love it.
I think, she is so impressive as a drag
Yeah,
artist.
she's also kind of a bit of an anime queen, I guess. She kind of dabbles a little bit, but doesn't know, because she's so campy, she jumps from like this kind of to this kind of.
She's got that layer to her, where she can have fun with the pastels and play into that fantasy, and it always looks fantastic. But she can also act, and she can rap, and she can dance, and she's fucking
sing.
hysterical, and she can sing.
And that one that Charlie was like, "Can you sing?" No, not at all. And then she just you're like, "What are you fucking liar? You actual pathological liar."
No, she did. I was like, okay,
hitting
girl.
all the notes.
She's pulling a willow pill. She said,
Literally.
"You're not gonna know nothing."
I can't do anything. I don't know how to do anything. I have no talents at all. Can't do anything.
Willow pill coming in some willow flip flops and a willow mini skirt.
Widow mini skirt, like a widow Paris Hilton.
Exactly.
This isn't drag. I'm just gonna throw you off really quick.
And I think Irene definitely they are two very different entities within their drag, I think, but very similar in the vibe. I very much feel like in another life Willow Pill was a PNW drag queen, because
Definitely. I thought she was PNW. Is she not?
I want to say she moved to Portland after her season, because I was on her Instagram
Slay.
a lot.
Bless.
So she was like talking about, being in the PNW and, enjoying it. Maybe she worked there before, I'm not sure. But anyway, Miss Irene,
I think you should tell exactly how you feel about Irene. I think everything you feel should be spoken, because I bet if she was listening, she'd be like, "You're right."
You think?
Yeah, or like, who cares? They're drag queens and they're gonna get critiqued, and I think you should say exactly how you feel about Irene and her behavior. You'll have more chances too if you want to skip it right now, because it'll come up again.
You know what? Maybe.
After a little hit or two. Pull it out.
Not her, baby.
I think Phoenix did a really great job. I also really hope Phoenix comes back for an immediate another All Stars, because I think we deserve more Phoenix.
Yes.
That purple BDSM look, I genuinely want to do that look. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't reading as good as it was. Maybe it's the other girls' looks didn't look as good as it, which we'll get to that. But
I have a specific critique of Phoenix's look that I didn't want to make, but it was something that I noticed in the episode. I noticed that when she unzipped her chest plate, and when she did her little, you could see the bottom of the chest plate kind of flopping.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, I was looking at the outfit too much. Yeah, I was really into the
I'm
outfit.
that psycho bitch who is staring at all those little things.
Well, it's like Michelle. She's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna find every piece that's wrong.
I try very hard in my consumption of drag not to turn the dial too far over into Karen Dance Mom in that way, where it's like, the lash was off. It's like, who fucking cares? These are brilliant artists.
Literally.
And
brilliant artists.
They're so incredible, and these looks, drag is about the sum of its parts in a lot of ways, I think.
Oh, drag. Say that again. What was that?
Drag, I think, in a lot of ways is about the sum of its parts. Because you can have elements in an outfit, you know, that's what brings the entire aesthetic together, right? And I think if we're going to talk about that specifically, Miss Olivia is a great place to start because she's so fucking polished.
So fucking polished.
The proportion is always correct.
Yeah.
The colors are always correct.
Yeah.
She knows exactly her formula to make herself look absolutely perfect.
Yeah, she really does. She knows exactly how to make herself look perfect. Yeah, she really does.
And on top of that, you know, she's hysterical and brilliant.
Yeah. And this entrance look fucking killed me. I'm obsessed with this look.
It is spectacular. Spectacular. I mean,
these
this
like gray white braids. That's just so beautiful. Oh my god.
You know, one of the things I like about Olivia is that she's gonna give glam, but she's got something to say too. And I think wearing specifically white, natural textured hair on the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race, that's making a statement.
100%, yeah.
You know,
100%.
and I love that. And she looks so fucking beautiful.
She looks so beautiful.
She's incredible.
Crazy beautiful.
So beautiful and funny and smart.
Yeah.
Love that girl.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Bosco.
Miss Bosco.
Yeah. Queen of... I mean, this entrance look is iconic. This is like... I would not want to be on Drag Race unless I was capable of doing something like this. Like, being able to really hone in every outfit this perfectly. Because Bosco does not do too much. You never see Bosco doing too much, right? Bosco knows when it's enough. Knows right where the lines, the pulling in, that's enough. It's very Violet Chachki or...
Yes. Yeah.
Or even Sasha Colby, because it's like... What is what is, and she knows how to...
But it's going to be executed perfectly. There's less elements, but each individual element, the level of polish and finish and execution is going to be perfect. Perfect. This outfit is absolutely fucking... You will never forget that look. It's just so iconic. It will go down forever, and
that fucking weird hair. I mean, who would think to do that? But and it's like, for a lot of us, I think for a lot of the trans girls, like a lot of us really want to give like Carrie Colby Tranos, right? But Bosco's like, oh, I'm giving you Mother of Hell or something, like a whole, just not afraid of diverting from hyperfemme and turning it into a perfect character. That is a fucking drag queen. That is, oh my god, that is iconic. Bosco's incredible.
She's incredible. She is an artist.
Yeah.
You know, the likes of, I think, people that have gone down in history. Like, that's the caliber of drag that I think that she brings every week.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just fell in love with her in her first season. You know, she was so relatable and vulnerable and
deserved that golden chocolate bar.
Yes, she does.
If someone needed to be saved, it was Bosco.
Agreed. It was like one of those moments in TV where you're just like, how did that fucking just happen?
Yeah.
You know?
It had to, though.
You
know Ru was backstage like, you're not sending you home, bitch.
Dad,
you're not being sent. You have the gold bar, bitch. It's in your thing. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so right. Yeah. Of course, can you imagine? She's again, we're at that caliber of drag. And we all know, Miss Ru behind the scenes. She does a little production moment.
Oh, it's calculated as fuck. It has to be.
It has to be.
I mean, I was just watching the All Stars 6. Where Ru has Silky literally 6 in a row beat everybody, and then the 7th one Eureka wins. But then you're watching it in the background, and Silky is just kind of like botching it, and you realize, oh, I bet she got asked to lose. Like, Silky would not go back there and like have her outfit stuck on her leg. Silky Nutmeg Ganache would not have her outfit stuck on her leg unless she was asked. Never lose this fucking. Here's a tip no one's gonna hear about. You're gonna lose this. You're gonna just win.
And guess what, baby? Don't worry. You're booked for the next year.
That part.
Solid.
That part.
You got your own booth.
At
DragCon.
You have whatever, maybe the Las Vegas show or whatever. Yeah, but it was like Silky would not have botched that easily.
No, Silky is another
iconic lip syncer. Just getting like the thing caught, and then I was like, this is staged, which is fine. It's great television.
It is great television.
Great television.
I think again, is the little bit of staging worth the end product? In my opinion, I think it is.
Absolutely.
And I also live for, you know, a girl like Miss Bussy Queen, okay, who does go through the contracts and clocks that shit.
Yeah.
And she will tell you, yeah, this is what's happening. And I'm like, great, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad that we are aware. I'm still going to watch the show.
I'm still watching the show, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It is so much fun to watch.
It's the best. I used to be in that moment, you know, where I was like, especially girl during the pandemic. Fuck, I had like nothing going on. So I was so deep down the YouTube spiral hole.
That's okay.
Have you heard of Bussy?
No.
Jeez.
And then at the end of the video, discussing the brand new
She'll go through, like, somebody will leak her the contract and she'll like go through it and do an episode about it.
Oh shit!
She started in like 2019, okay? She used to have like 500 likes on a video, you know? Like, she's got sponsorships and shit.
Good for her.
Good for her indeed.
Without RuPaul's Drag Race, she has sponsorship. Gee, that's cool.
I know some girls probably just don't want to do anything.
Maybe, probably has a career without it, yeah. You really don't need it, probably. Yeah, not everybody's a social climber.
Ooh.
Can't relate.
Yes, girl, get it.
I'm climbing, girl.
She's climbing. That's
Ooh.
right. So now we're talking about Bosco's absolutely fucking stunning body. Ugh. Slightly disgusting.
I love Irene's outfit right here. I'm like, I want to figure out how to make things like that.
It's beautiful.
Those like wings or whatever the fuck, tentacles, whatever
It
the
is.
fuck those are.
It's, you know what it's giving? It's giving like Predator almost.
Yeah.
Or it's like
Or Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
dead ass. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally that like sea creature alien.
Yeah.
With
I
those
love it.
big old titties. And the makeup, and you know, Irene is so interesting to me. She's like Bosco in the way where she is so crazy detail oriented.
Yeah.
You know, some things I've seen, you can see the seam of a breastplate sometimes through an outfit, right? Which is like, who fucking cares? But Irene is so like dialed in crazy. She's like, no, I'm gonna have my outfit incorporate a piece to cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that it is as seamless as possible.
That's becoming a seamstress, yeah, and figuring out the whole sewing on. I've got to figure that out. I got to figure out how to make my own corset so I can start pulling this waist in. Ugh, to be Violet Chachki.
Ooh.
So either I have to pad or I got a Violet, you know?
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, I think that yours beautiful, gorgeous, and perfect as you are.
Very kind.
But I fully support. I get it. You know.
For the performance, yeah, it's gonna.
For the performance
got a
of it all.
silhouette, you know?
Exactly. For the performance of it all.
Yeah.
And then some people are just God's favorite, like Bosco, and we love them, but secretly hate them, but secretly love them. Just unbelievable. I remember when I was like 19 and I had that body that I could be like, oh, I think I'm getting a little tuggy, and I'd like eat a salad, and then I'd be like, oh, there's my abs again. Like, fuck that bitch.
Fuck no.
Fuck that bitch.
Fuck, you're so funny. Tummies are sexy. I love a man with a belly.
Same. And, you know, I have actually come to love and appreciate my tummy, truly. You know, we have our days. But for the most part, it's like, you know, especially living in LA, girl, there are moments where it's like your existence, I mean, you know, the fact that this is here, people are offended.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, people are fucking stupid and crazy. Yeah. I'd probably because they're like forced themselves to be skinny and then they're like, why aren't you doing it too? It's just like transphobes and homophobes. They're like choosing themselves not to engage, but they're mad at you for being who you are. Yeah, it's so gross.
It is gross.
People are crazy.
They are.
And miserable. I mean, it's because I think there's always like, they're miserable. There's just this inner misery that forces them to like have no other choice but to just treat you like shit so they can find some value in themselves. That's all they have.
It's literally it. And it's
so
like,
sad.
You know, if it wasn't so pathetic, you'd feel sorry.
Literally,
right?
If it wasn't so fucking pathetic, you would feel really bad for them. But then it's like, wow, that is...
But it is pathetic, and so I don't feel sorry for you.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Not
even a little bit.
Bitch.
Loser.
As in the words of our lovely queen, Miss Manny. If you don't like it, don't watch, bitch.
Don't watch, bitch. Bye, 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 bye.
Okay, so Irene and Aja, these two, it's so interesting, these interactions, because like you can tell they're almost kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, totally. They're like, are we gonna work together well? Is this gonna... It's just fire when one of the girls who's like willing to look ugly and goofy gets to go further. Very Katya, it's like there's two kinds of, well, there's not two kinds, but like drag queens I sometimes feel like fall into categories, and sometimes there's like the polished versus the unpolished, and it's like unpolished drag is still such a deserving work of art, because the obligation to be perfect is happening to all of us at all times. So to be willing to step out of that and be ugly and messy and wrong and let people laugh at you is sacred. It's something we've been doing for thousands of years. People from the village would be that person, you know?
It is.
It's
and
very
it's
sacred.
Performance, you know? It is a part of who we are as human beings. I would argue that all of us have the ability to perform, right? Some of us are much more gifted than others. Performance is a gift, I think.
Yeah.
It is an absolute gift.
Yeah.
To be sharing of yourself with an audience, and I think it takes unfucking believable courage that I myself do not possess, to be able to open up your heart and bare your soul in that way.
Yeah.
And I think that we're all the better for it, for every single person on this planet who finds that within themselves and wants to share it with other people. I think it's magnificent, and I think it's one of the things that I fell in love with about drag in particular is that it's like, whatever it is, you are beautiful and you are worthy, and your existence is a gift.
Amen.
Amen.
Drag saves lives.
It does, truly, and I think we're in such a fun moment in time, societally and culturally, that we're in this moment of celebration. Everything that drag is. Especially when there's all these fucking psychotic conservatives that are taking power. It's like, oh no, we're not gonna be quiet. We're not gonna be quieter. No.
Never. No. Nothing's changing. We're staying right here.
That's right. You know that the Las Culturistas episode, turning up the volume, that, I don't know if it's a fucking metaphor or an analogy that just really stuck with me. Turning up the volume and not hiding and not, you know.
You see, there was in Florida, one of the Florida chains of Hamburger Mary's sued the ban on children being around drag shows because they were losing money, and they won in court. They overturned the ban on, because it's against the, I mean, literally, and it's wild because conservatives are always business open, any kind of business open. And then all of a sudden they're like, but you don't get to make money this way, which they already don't agree with. Took it to the court, and these judges were like, yeah, that's not constitutional, sorry, they get to work. It's like, thank God there are still some judges who are just going, no.
Even in Florida.
Even in Florida.
Listen, I'm sorry if you're in Florida, okay?
Yeah, I'm so sorry if you're in Florida. Or Texas, or any of Mississippi, Nevada,
you know,
Arizona.
And just because you inherently live in those states, I remember being in Oregon and, you know, consuming a lot of queer content and, you know, trying to live my truth as authentically as I could there. And so if you're one of those people, I get it, but in a place like California, it seems very far away, very alien to us, because I think, you know, at least we have the reassurance of on the state level, you know, like they're talking about repealing. Anyway, I'm getting in the woods because I'm gonna start
the woods
talking.
are a good place to be because we're all lost right now, and talking about it, especially as white girls, we should be very clear that we are against fascism.
Oh my God!
As white people, we are against fascism, white supremacy, all of the. We are here
down to our bones,
to our bones, prepared to dismantle as we need to.
Absolutely, I think we both feel very passionately about that, and it's really part of who we are and who. You know, we've been.
It probably has kept us friends for so long.
I think so.
Because we've known a lot of other people in theater and other spaces who are not so, I don't know like the right words, but like
maybe just aren't as invested in continuing to explore the topic.
It's like they get frightened and afraid and they go, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm opting out. And you're like, what do you mean you're opting out of politics? How is it even allowed? But when
Out of fascism, girl.
at that point, you don't get to opt out. They are owning you. Big Brother is everywhere. Fascism wins. Big Brother takes over. I mean, they're crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
They're absolutely, and I think they're so scared their head is in the hole where they just want to see. I mean, it's like,
And it is, and that's, you know, that's very much our nature. Like at our base, so many of us, we're just like fear-driven, panic-driven.
yeah.
You know, all this ability that we have as human beings, you know, and unless, you know, you push yourself past that point of I'm terrified, I'm panicked by something that I don't know, something that's familiar, you're never gonna grow more as a human being. And
100%.
in my opinion, it's a limited existence because look where we are.
Yeah.
Amazon, you know, if I'm looking at doing remote work right now because I'm like, I don't want to have to leave my apartment. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, and I wouldn't have to. Ever. There's so many people that just work in their apartment and they don't leave. They get groceries delivered. They get everything they need delivered. Amazon, all that stuff. They socialize, you know, on a computer. It's you know, a very difficult, I think it's very isolating and it's not the way that we're meant to live.
Yes, it's very isolating for human beings. We're animals and you'll be in the trees and the you know, in the dirt and in the yeah.
We're supposed to, you know, we're social creatures.
We are
and
social
we're
creatures,
supposed to have community.
Yeah.
And I think it opens people up and makes them vulnerable to manipulation.
Yes, isolation, yeah.
And
And relying on these computers and this, it helps be the big brother of it all, the fascism of it all, sweep in. Because you're hiding inside of a place you don't ever have to leave. You leave, you get agoraphobic because things are too much.
Anyway.
We be in the sunlight.
We do.
Aja looks like the sun in that outfit. It was all yellow.
So beautiful.
Yellow top, yellow thing, yeah. She's so beautiful.
Stunning. Oh, Miss Phoenix.
Miss Phoenix with that beautifully Botoxed forehead. That's gonna be me. You give me a couple of years and I get some money in these pockets, girl. My face will never move again. It won't.
And it doesn't need to. No, she looks
to.
she looks so good out of drag too, girl.
She looks beautiful, yeah.
Look at that body, the shoulders.
You know who I find weirdly sexy? Evie Oddly. Out of drag.
Oh, it's like I feel like a lot of people do.
That boy is sexy.
A lot of people do.
I'm not even really into like skinny, but like but I was just watching the Legend season and that laugh, I was like, oh.
Have you heard? Oh, it was the Vivian. She made a joke about how she could do coke off of his
Yes!
It's pretty impressive at this point that they've actually been able to come up with a little bit of a new formula and give us something fresh and different. How do you feel about the bracket system?
Oh, I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. I hope they keep doing it. I hope they do it again. I love, the show has such a devout brand and fan base. So there cannot be a much harm in just trying new things.
Yeah, agree.
Because they really aren't, we get the same songs, we get RuPaul, Andre Charles, we get this workroom, we get the wigs, and we get the runway, and we get the dun 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 dun, we get all of that. So it's like, change the game up a little bit. Let's see how they perform 666, you know, like, and then the top 3 of each of those. And I think it's fucking fun. I think it's really fun to be taking something that has such longevity and experimenting still.
Agreed. And finding new ways to present these incredible artists. It's interesting. I believe that All Stars has almost always had a different formula than the regular seasons.
There's always, there's been the you eliminate each other. The first season was in pairs. Yeah, it's always been a little different. Yeah.
They've always kind of decided to have those two things be separate, which I think is interesting.
I think it's cool.
I do too, and it makes it more fun, right? Yeah. Because it's like, you know, I feel like the regular seasons, one could argue, are about getting to know all the queens.
Yeah.
And getting to know who they are and what their drag is. And All Stars, you kind of know the girls and you know what some of their drag is.
Yeah.
And it's a showcase, really. So I feel like it makes sense to have two separate.
100%. I think All Stars is fabulous because it really gives you the queens that want it they come back for more, and they're gonna give you more. And obviously there's production who's gonna like see what's coming, so they're approving and denying. So like I think it's fucking, it has to be a brilliant move. It's almost like having like the normal version and the deluxe version, because it's like you get the passion and the, but then when it's like when it was all legends, when they said no one goes home, I was like, yes, because you get to see every challenge, every girl do everything. I don't want to see one of the legends go home. I wanted to see, and then we did it with season 9. I was again like, yes, we get every one of these. Roxy Andrews, got Mick, Georges, we got all of them for 9, 10, 11 episodes. I thought that was really, but you wouldn't want that in a normal season. You wouldn't want no eliminations. No. You don't, because those girls are just getting to know each other. They're in a pressure cooker. It's their first time. That would be a lot more emotionally devastating. But doing it with girls who like really, really want to do it.
They've kind of stepped up the level into like,
I mean, really though, yeah. It's like there's like there's like another.
Is that okay to say?
I don't know, but it's what it feels like. It's like, yeah, who knows? Sorry, I'll say the dangerous things.
No.
There's like.
That is not what this is.
Or it's like, it's almost like they're just even more polished. They've really they've got more money. Honestly, they have more money. They've like probably made more money, so they can just put money into it, which literally will just look like more polished. But.
Exactly, and I remember, especially and specifically in Gottmik's season, I don't know why I remember this about Gottmik's All-Star season, but you know, she had designers and artists that were like kind of sponsoring her drag by giving her these pieces to wear in her All-Star season specifically, because it was like the aesthetic was so much exactly what they were wanting, which of course, you know, I don't want to like, you know, I don't know these girls, but it makes sense to me why she and Violet gravitated towards each other in that way, because they're Violet, you know, pioneered with some of those super, you know, designer. Yeah, high fashion as fuck, Yes, exactly.
And Gottmik is also like a professional makeup artist, so there was like this level of aesthetic perfection that was just in place where
at all times. The mug, you know.
The devotion to that white face, I just want, it's like that's bold, but also like that worked.
It worked.
Wow.
It worked.
Wow. That fucking worked, and good job. Like you deserve the fame and fortune, everything Gottmik has gotten, because Gottmik is fucking talent.
Agreed.
I will never say a bad thing about Gottmik. I'm obsessed.
Well, and I think, you know, to come onto the show as the first trans man
and not be like butch trans man. He's just like, this is me, sorry. This is who I am.
Exactly. Just not interested in presenting anything other than who he is.
Literally. And that is just so fun and original, and needs another All-Stars, because would obviously win their next All-Stars.
Oh, I think so. I think so. And I would just love to see, you know, there are so many queens that just keep, you know, leveling up, and just, you know, when you think, oh my God, it's unbelievable, it's perfect.
Literally.
It's like,
there's more. There's better.
Girl, that's like how I feel about Georges. I'm
in love with Georges.
You know I'm a Georges stan.
Obsessed with Georges. This is a
Georges
house. Yeah. We love Georges. That little angel is such perfection.
She's our queen.
You know how many times I say to myself, I'm gonna get plunged and I'm gonna have sex. All the time. And now it's, sister, I'm pickled. Like that. And she didn't even say it. Fucking Mistress told us this story. We wouldn't even know she said it if Mistress hadn't told us. Georges will win this. Georges will win the next All-Stars. I bet that she goes on. Oh, she's on right now.
She's on this season, girl. We're about to see her next week, I think.
Oh my God, there's so much.
So
I could 100% see her winning the season. 100% see her winning the season.
Oh, literally, Nick and I, when we saw her, we freaked out and we're like, finally.
100%.
Because I think she is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
She's an unbelievable dancer and performer.
And stylist.
Her outfits, that Chihuahua outfit, girl.
That
talk
the
about
napkin dress. I'll never forget.
Napkin.
Or the dance where she went backwards and fucking the guy threw her. What the fuck? Woof!
And she is that girl. Her mug.
Same.
I love, you know, I loved Georges' mug in the first season. I loved it in the second season. I love it. Now, she is one of those girls that she's like, I'm just literally gonna keep getting better and better because I don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Just perfects it, yeah.
Absolutely. So very excited to see her.
I'm so excited for Georges. Oh my god.
It's gonna be so good.
So good.
And to see her, you know, because was Bosco in her original season too? I want to say she was. I want to say that Bosco was.
That would make sense. Mm-hmm. Is that season 14 with Carrie Colby? And and Jasmine Kennedy. Maybe Georges was in there.
Yeah, I think she was. So it was maybe Deja's season.
And Diabetti was in that season.
That was like before we, you know, saw the episodes and we were doing the promo, they were promoting the shit out of Dia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, she must have done good because they're talking about her so much, which
I'm so excited for her bracket. Her and Acid and Ginger. Oof.
Oh, it's gonna be explosive. Those
fun.
untucks are gonna be
fun.
Next level. Because Ginger, I mean, yeah, there's not a filter in that room, girl. And I live for it. I live for it. You know, or I want Acid to redeem herself. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The fact that Irene's rehearsal looked like this and then her performance looked like what it
Literally,
did.
I was just thinking that. I was like, this bitch is so goofy. But she nails this challenge, but she so
fucking did.
Goofy.
I am just so curious. I'm like, was she in front of the mirror? Like, how did she turn that out in that turnaround?
Spent her
so
whole
quickly?
night dancing, yeah. Didn't sleep, probably. Did choreo for 8 hours.
I really wonder because, like, that's the amount of time that they give them.
Yeah.
To, like, learn this choreography. Overnight. I mean, the little flirtation between Jamal and Olivia I'm living for.
Oh, yeah, it's hot. It makes me a little...
So hot.
Makes me wispy.
So hot. These two. Two little hotties.
And I'm really into a bald man.
You know...
I love a bald man.
I love that for you. One of my best friends is a hairdresser, Miss Rima. And she told me, she's like... I specifically only date bald men because of being a hairdresser for so long and not wanting to give free haircuts.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my god, that's funny. I have a thing about not doing free labor for men also, actually. I was gonna hook up with a guy recently and he really wanted a massage and I was like, oh, I'm not doing that.
No.
I don't want to give you I'm not a masseuse.
No.
I'm not a masseuse. Literally. I was like, we're just gonna hook up. Like, I'm not trying to be your girlfriend. Like, this isn't a date. We didn't go to dinner. Like, a massage.
That's right, girl. And you say that.
Come over, but...
You say that. Now offering massages for 100.
Actually, I'm not afraid of touching people. I probably should get my massage therapist license.
Girl, you would be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
You would be an incredible masseuse. It's so much about like you know, empathy and like connection and like, you know, I think you'd be unbelievable.
We need to talk about the Aja Irene of it all. We have to talk about all of this.
We do.
Because it's so good. 40 inches. Okay, here are the 40 inches right here. Because I kind of loved all of this, but it did bother you a little bit. It rubbed you the wrong way because she was being real intense about it.
It was intense, and it's like, why do you care, girl?
Yeah.
You know, like, what are you getting out of this situation by bullying Lux? Her body language, I feel, was very, like, neutral, if not kind of like, like, back the fuck off. And then I just was rewatching it, and I saw that after, you know, Irene yelled at her in front of all the girls, she looked at her like this, like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do to you?
Yeah.
And that is fucking hateful. Sorry. I don't like it. So it has been difficult for me to see Irene on this season because I felt like there's, like, she should have, like, had a little bit of what she, you know, had. People were upset. People did not like that.
Yeah.
So do I think that she's redeemed herself through her drag? Yeah, I do. I think she deserves to be here. You know, she's a brilliant artist, but I do wish that she had a different way of delivering the information. And I think, you know, in this season, it seems like she's working on it.
Yeah.
And that's really all I can ask.
Yeah.
you know? And fuck me, you know, she's a famous drag queen. She's got, you know, she just got $10,000. She's doing fine, you know. But
literally. Just
saying, from my perspective, it did bother me. So, but I also think she's incredibly brilliant. And she and Aja, you know, I think it's a mentality to walk into a room and try and take down the biggest dog. And Aja is that girl.
Aja's that girl. Oh, it just killed me though.
See that hateful. That last, the first
rotted
line was cute.
and hateful.
The first line was cute. Okay.
The loading symbol above your forehead, thinking of a comeback. She just was like, boom, 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 just coming for her. But I was just like, bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass in this lip sync.
Yeah, she is.
I'm gonna beat your ass in this lip sync.
Yeah, she is.
That's the thing though. Irene is so hungry for people to like talk to her like that. So like, I just feel like if I were ever in that situation, I would be like, you rotted nasty bitch. You asymmetrical cunt. Shut your fucking mouth. You fucking Chewbacca bitch. Shut up. I would just come right back at her. I was so hard and so fast.
Good.
You Chewbacca ass bitch with that jawline.
With that jawline.
And that Drew Barrymore left side fucking smooch, girl. Give me that asymmetrical smile. I love it. I have it too, a little bit on the left.
A little bit on the left.
Just a little bit, right? I'd come right back at her though. None of these girls. I would just let them have it.
And I think that is, you know, me not being actively involved in drag culture. That's my illiteracy, right?
Oh, but you're a makeup artist. You see it. You can see it.
Peripherally, though, I would argue, especially, you know, as a cis girl in a hetero relationship, it's peripheral.
Yeah, and cis girls, I guess, aren't really, like, asked to, like, critique the queens as much as another queen might. So if, like, I'm in the situation, I just want to be prepared. I'm so new to putting on drag, but I'm not new to being a tranny in a back room with the other dancers, and that's literally the same thing.
It is the same thing, girl.
Fucking trans girl burlesque tonight, having to pick up the dollars for other girls. Oh my god, the shade.
Oh.
T.S. Vivi Fierce, girl. She is a queen, honey, but she put me in my place.
Ooh.
I came up there, some Gaga song was on, and I was singing it, and she was like, you sound beautiful. Do that again. And I watched it, and she was like, shut the fuck up. Never mind. She was just gonna know you're done. It was so fucking funny. I was like, oh my god, you're so real. Oh, I love you.
And you know what? I have to say, and it's interesting, the turnaround that happens with Aja and Irene. Yeah. Because, like, that's my girl now. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with that bitch because I know she's not gonna lie to me.
That part. That's why I would want Irene on my side, because Irene will see she's like playing Jane. She's going to see the mistake.
Yes.
And she'll tell you need to be ready for it.
That's right. And especially upon this last rewatch, I can almost, you know, it's almost, she's trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
She's, in her mind, she's like, girl, we're being filmed right now.
Yeah. Come at that, when your eyes are done, come say that now in 15 minutes. Yeah. Literally.
And it's the delivery that is just very direct.
It's so funny though. God, you cracked my ass up.
Oh my god, it was.
See this look though. The Jinx look was fire. The arms were supposed to be white.
She looks
incredible.
Stunning.
She looks stunning. Come on, tarot titties.
Tarot titties.
This look was so fire. This is what, if I were ever to be in this situation, I would do the same. I would reference a Pokemon. I'd reference a fucking, you know, anime character. Like, every look would be referential, because why not?
Why the fuck not? That's what we're here to do. We're here to make art. Look at Bosco. She's, you know, we had mentioned earlier that what is here, there's not many pieces here, but what is here, every bit of it is so intentional.
Yeah.
And it is so perfectly executed. You know, the silhouette is all proportionate.
Yeah.
The wig is drag, right?
Yeah.
It's not the typical, you know.
Yeah.
But it is drag.
Yeah.
In its exaggeration and in the
drag.
silhouette. And Bosco knows how to show her body.
And use it
as the piece of artwork that it is.
Yeah. No, I loved the Stage of Sky look, just briefly. This green look, people were kind of giving her shit, but I fucking loved that green look.
No, I thought she looked beautiful.
Beautiful. I thought that was a beautiful gown.
Me too. and Miss Olivia.
I love this hair color on her.
The hair is perfect.
The outfit's incredible, but I fucking live for
The
her
hair
in this, like...
really is. I like her outfit too, but yeah, that hair.
The lavender hair on her is so fucking beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's the mug. It's, you know, all of it. She is perfection. Look at her.
God, she's beautiful. Sews, sings. She's incredible.
And she's got a beautiful singing voice.
Yeah.
Check yourself before.
Oh, this
you
look
shine.
was
Right?
fucking incredible. This was quite incredible, honestly.
Truly. You know, these big, you know, she's the Vegas showgirl at Area 54. You know?
I wonder if these were outfits she had planned for her season or if she got all these after. Because she's got a lot of big, beautiful stuff. But she's been doing drag for a long time. So I wonder, because like Mistress makes a lot of her own stuff. So like that beaded gown she wore in the finale, that's like a dress she's worn a bunch of times because she made that shit. You know?
Oh my god.
Right? I know. That's why I really want to make my own stuff so I can like make something that only fits but that I want to wear again.
Yes.
It can be that look.
Exactly. Tailor the piece,
Yeah.
you know, so specifically.
Specifically, I fucking loved this Phoenix look. I'm so mad it did not go as well as
Me
it
too. I
love
really
the look.
loved this. I thought it was so original, and it absolutely hit the brief so completely with these titties.
It really did. I would not cover my face. Oh, you're right. No, the
And
chest
then if
plate
you
did
look, you'll see
show.
there's a little tear in the back.
Dang it, pang it.
But I still fucking loved this look, and I did not notice it until we had watched this episode for like the 5th time. So, yeah, I mean, truly, all of them.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this Phoenix look. I almost want to recreate it, but I wouldn't cover my face probably.
Yeah.
I'd have big, or if I did, I'd have big eye holes.
Yes.
And just hair. I cannot do a bald look. I will not do a bald look. You will not catch me in a bald look.
Okay, baby girl.
Mama needs inches.
She needs inches.
I'm not playing around with my inches.
She needs hair.
And they can stand up if you want. I don't mind that, but I need something.
There's got to be a little hair. We're not going to be doing a Monet exchange.
Yeah, no Pussycat
Little
wigs for
pixie,
me.
yeah.
That's as Pussycat as I'll ever get. Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, it's so iconic.
And I still need to be, I need some
It's like
named. I
a.
need to be a horse.
Ooh.
I need to feel like Carrie Colby. I need to be Tranos.
Yes.
Even when I'm gonna do like weird avant-garde stuff, I still need to find the Tranos in the hair.
And I fucking love that because, girl, we're here to do drag. We're here to see some hair.
This, oh god, this look was so good though.
It was so good. That wig is fucking insane in all of the best possible ways.
It's hilarious. That's what I'm saying. Bosco's not afraid to be ugly because Bosco's so hot. She'll do goofy, ugly looking shit that just fucking works.
And it will still look hot on her because she is that hot. And you know what? Thank you, girl. It is fucking insane and so good. And Miss Deja.
She's so cute.
Well, and she is, but she can, she can perform. She can sing. She's doing her little rap moment. She's got the choreo down, and she's giving it to you. I feel like sometimes it's hard when you're being filmed to follow the camera.
Oh, yeah.
And give it to the audience. And she did. She found that camera and she said, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
She said, I'm talking to you.
Talking to you.
Because that's where the camera is and not down there.
Not down there, up here. Irene's though, this fucking slayed me. It's Irene! That part, I just love that. You won't forget my name. It's Irene!
She is iconic in this. Honestly, it's like she really, as Miss RuPaul said, she let the girls have it.
She let the girls fucking have it, yeah. She let the girls fucking have it.
I was thinking about just play devil's advocate. Oh,
this look though, this fucking head to toe, this is my favorite look.
Agreed.
This is what I would have worn, 100%.
It's, I think it's such a perfect way to do it where it's like, how do you drag it up, right? Let's make it shiny. Yeah. Let's lame, You still have the vibe. Yeah. The hair is, everything. It's so
that
beautiful.
fucking wig. I love her wigs. Her wigs. Olivia Lux's wigs are the wigs I would steal. I would steal them from her. Just kidding, I don't steal. But I would love...
Who was it? Was it her episode where somebody stole her hair?
That would track, but I don't remember that.
We'll have to look it up later. I'm sorry, I'm so annoying.
No, you're perfect in every way, bitch.
You're perfect in every way. Miss Phoenix gave it to us.
Yeah.
She did her little medal moment.
Did her whole
Miss
thing.
Phoenix.
Did her big one.
Yeah, she did.
Watching too much Mistress Isabel Brooks content.
Listen, I get it. I mean, Mistress.
Sister, I'm gonna do my big one. Sister and pickled.
Sister.
I need to get pickled so bad.
She needs the pickle, y'all.
Just do and then get plunged.
And then get plunged.
Oh my god. Yeah. Winner, winner. I love that they're getting $200,000 now. I'm glad that Ru upped it. These girls deserve more money. They honestly deserve $500,000. I saw a tweet that said that. Because Ice Spice's song doubled in Spotify streams after this episode. Is that wild?
Really?
Yeah. That song doubled in streams after this episode. Like, that's how the impact of this show can do to a music artist.
So true.
So wild. Like, these queens really deserve a really big payday. In a world tour. They do.
In a world tour. Because, you know, you are part of the family, but you're also part of the brand. What do you see you on that?
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for visualizing that for me. I appreciate it. I'm doing it too. I'm like, okay, I'm on the stage.
You are.
Thank you, RuPaul.
Thanks, RuPaul. As usual, mother.
Ooh. I bet those titties are from Dr. Daniel Barrett. Those look like Daniel Barrett titties.
She said that they were very expensive, and we can tell.
I bet they were out of pocket. Daniel Barrett, yeah. Expensive ass titties.
But they are so gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I'm so curious to know if those are in fact implants or if...
Oh, those are implants for sure. For sure.
I'm so curious to know what her cup size would be. Probably like a D?
That's a good question. I am not sure that I'm capable of knowing the breast sizes. I don't know that that's my skill set.
Fair. Listen, because really in drag, it's like once you're past the double D, it's like now we're really getting started, you know. And it's like every once in a while, at least if we're giving titties, you know, because like sometimes we're not giving titties.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to do that. Yeah. No.
Sometimes we're giving not titties, and I always love that too. But even Deja, you know, even what Deja's giving, I think in this shot is still like a double D solid, I would say. And Olivia, oh, I didn't agree with that critique personally.
Yeah, I didn't either.
She's a vocalist. She's not gonna trash her voice on the first challenge, Michelle.
Literally, what I was like, no actual vocalist is gonna do that for you. They're gonna be like, sorry, I'll take the lose. I'm not breaking my voice for you, girlfriend. Love you. No. The thing is, like, one bad damage and an illness and some not time off can result in years, if not months, if not years of actual damage. So it's like any little damage sometimes is like, no, thank you. I'll pass on that one.
Especially if she's working.
Yeah. And not getting enough sleep. That means germs are going to be able to get into any wound infection, including one in your fucking vocal cord, way faster.
Yeah.
You do not want that swelling, infected, none of it. You just don't want the aspirate. You just don't want vocal aspirations, basically, and that's what rock music is vocal aspirations. So
yeah, exactly. There's a reason why none of these guys that could, you know, hit these crazy fucking notes in the 70s can sing anymore.
Yeah, their voice is dead. Yeah, their voice is literally just like gravel.
It's gone. So for me, I thought she still gave it a little bit of grit. Do you think I could? I mean, Irene seemed to have good breath on those crazy ass screams and shit that she was doing. And
she gave herself time though. She didn't write a lot. She was like, she gave herself breathing room. She really kind of seemed like she really thought about it.
Yeah, you're right. We were talking about that, how her verse was a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Less dense, but more impact.
More impact, yeah. Yeah, that's pop music, really. Agreed.
And that's where, you know, all of these girls are so fucking brilliant.
We were talking about this earlier. I didn't find this as offensive, I think, as it came off. I think it was just like...
I don't think I would have been able to tell. I just don't think it's... I think it's a little disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, but also it was just like such a like a girl, you're a legend, like, but you're being so quiet right now. Like, what's that about? It almost just felt more like a question than like a...
I think that's just
a statement, but the way she said it was just kind of
I think it's almost kind of like Aja in that way, where it's like, she's a New Yorker. Like, she's just gonna tell you like it is.
Yeah, it's probably she's a New Yorker. She's gonna say what she thinks.
She's gonna say what she thinks, and everybody does. So it's like it's not a thing in New York because everyone does say exactly what they think to each other. So there could have been that too.
Yeah. Guitar.
Yeah, Aja. Turn the party.
Turn the party.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I love it so much. I just love that. You're like, Aja is really, she's very Lady Gaga in that she's going to force everyone to change. You're going to have to, because she has the right amount of polish and authenticity. Very Katya, very like, just very Rihanna. It's like, she's good enough.
It is what it is.
And she is herself.
Yep.
And that level of authenticity and talent and skill set is rare. Honestly,
it is.
You see girls who are incredible, but they're so difficult. They're so intense. Everything's right here, and it's like, oh my God, bring it down here. And Aja just is here. She's just down here.
Always, yeah. Even when she's about to fight your ass, that's where she.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's not.
Yeah, literally though.
She's not gonna put herself out.
You're a model. You look like a evangelista. Yeah, I mean, she literally is just like, ugh,
Live for Aja.
I do too.
I love her so much. I'm very excited to keep seeing what it is that she's going to be doing, because she is doing the damn thing. Girl, I feel like we got to talk about Bosco for a second.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, talk about Bosco.
She is
incredible.
Magnificent. And incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that look that she did, her own titties, which looked fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And then she had this businessman fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit giant shoulder pad moment.
Yeah. Like
football pads. And then that fucking crazy ass super wide, super short 80s tie.
Yeah.
And those fucking suspenders.
The suspenders. And then the hair. I just think she's doing a level of drag. She's reaching into I think she's doing a new level of drag. She's giving us something that we're going to see other people start doing.
I think so.
Very honestly, very Pearl and Violet, where they came on and everything changed. I think she's gonna do that to us.
Agreed.
Or where Sasha Velour did the thing and then everybody had a reveal. Yeah, it's just gonna change everything.
I was talking to a client and she did not know anything about Drag Race except for Sasha Velour.
That's appropriate.
She's like a mom.
Yeah.
Brilliant, very intelligent person. But she's a mom, and so she got Mother's Day off, and
slay.
Her husband took her kids out, and she had a day, and so she watched
for
Housewives.
her.
Yeah. I know. It's like, there we go.
God, I never want to have children. God.
I know.
One day of that only, and somebody gifts it to you? No, not doing it. Nope. Opt out.
It takes a level of self-sacrifice that I don't know if I possess.
But then it makes more sense why fascism desperately forces women to have children. Your life is over, and you are now a caregiver, and nothing changes. You never ever get to ever go back to the freedom, the silence, ever. And the older I get, the more I see people make the family decision, and no matter what they fucking say to me, your entire life has changed. Yeah. And I think sometimes I don't want to necessarily, but your life will never be the same. Because we can see it's completely changed. We can see how you can't go out for 5 years. You cannot leave the house for 5 years. The baby, once you get the baby with a babysitter around 4, 5, 6, they're in school, they have sports now. Now you have after school fucking activities. You still do not get to do, the kid is still you have full obligation to be in the house when that kid gets home, to make sure the kid's alive and okay. I don't think parenting will ever happen for you, literally, because it is the most unrealistic. I would be doing a disservice to that child.
I don't agree with that statement. However, I fully support your right to decide that that's not what you want.
I mean, the only version I could really do, and this sounds absolutely insane, but I could adopt kids over 10.
Well, and you know what? I've talked to Nick about that, because I think that is actually a really wonderful thing to do because most people have the opposite where they
want a baby.
They want a baby.
And I cannot have a baby.
No.
But I could be a guardian to a child who has a school and a place they need to go. Especially if there was like siblings.
Yes.
Then I could be like, hi, I'm the guardian. You don't have to call me mom. You don't gotta call me Hope. You call me whatever you want. You don't call me mom. You gotta do that. There's your bedroom.
Yeah.
Here's your cell phone. Text me, call me, beat me when you reach me. When you want to reach me, it's okay. Whenever you need me, I'll be the goofy one, right? I'm just thinking of.
Yes.
They'll be like,
God.
you're so annoying, and I'll be like, I know, great. Text me at 8 p.m. I want to know that you're in your. I want to see a selfie of you in your bedroom at 9 p.m. every night. Thank you.
That's right.
That's the level of parenting I think I can handle.
And you know what? I think I see kids in that specific age range that, they lose a lot of closeness with their parents because their parents don't necessarily know how to relate to them. As they get older, they struggle with that transition.
And the helicopter parenting and wanting to like be there all the time, and the kid is like, I'm trying to grow up right now. The kid is becoming an adult. By 13, this kid is having this adult brain experience. You have to they have to be allowed responsibility.
A little bit.
At least a little bit, so they know what it feels like. They have to know what it feels like to trust themselves. And they need a guardian who's like, okay, trust yourself. Do it.
Trust yourself.
You got it.
Don't do anything stupid.
I'll be right here.
Exactly.
The school has my phone number.
When you do, because we all do.
There'll be fuck-ups, yeah. I'll find out.
I'll find out. And you know what? I'm going to tell you about it, but I still love you. Mm-hmm. And nothing that you do could ever make me not love you. And that is literally the only thing that kids ever need to hear.
Yeah.
And that, boom, there's parenting.
Yeah.
Done and dusted.
Yeah, I think with a lot of the foster kids too, the last thing they want is like a helicopter parent. And I think I'd be so good at being just the hands-off, like, I want to see the report card, I want to see the selfie of you in your bedroom, or I want to make eye contact once morning, once at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need, I would never be a helicopter. I'll show up to games and sports if you want me to, but I absolutely don't need to do that.
Well, and I think, it's a really tough transition from having, moving into that kind of lifestyle. Yeah. So I think, kids just need love and space.
Literally. So if
kids
I ever have
above
the money,
the age of 10.
Yeah. If I ever have the money in the home that has the space, and it would be an honor to foster kids. But I think that's about as the baby thing is a little too much for me. I think I don't want to get up at night like that. I don't know that that's.
I definitely, instinctually, I'm not into it. I will not lie and say that society puts a lot of pressure on you as a woman.
Just to live your life as just a baby factory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you mean you want to do things with your life? Have kids. Let's have some children. Oh my God. Why read books when you could just have children?
Have children.
Why make money? Why do anything when you could just have kids that cost money? That will have to do things. They'll have to read. You too. Oh my God. Oh, unrealistic standards parents are asked to go through. Yes, women are like, what do you mean to want children? The fuck do you mean? What do you mean?
Literally.
You want to irreparably change my body. Force the body to be irreparably changed. That's how I always visualize it. I'm like, you want to force something that I cannot control the growth of.
Yeah. It's horrific.
Horrific. Abortion rights for all. There should be an abortion clinic on every fucking corner.
Amen, sister.
And a very well-paid doctor inside of it.
With full-time security.
That was the episode. We talked to the last 10 minutes of it, but Aja kicked Irene's ass in that lip sync, which we've all seen 14 times.
Yes. Oh, yes, girl.
Just
turn it.
And it's an R.I.P. Jiggly Caliente at the end of that. Oh my God. What is losing Jiggly and the Vivian in 1 year is pretty wild because those are the two big staples I think of the community. So
it's heartbreaking, as somebody who in a lot of ways grew up in this community and very much saw those two as positive role models of what an artist could be, what a queer kid could be.
It's frustrating because there's so many queens who aren't super funny and quick, and these two incredible bitches who are funny and quick and do nothing bad and are always like, mean, I shouldn't say that, but you know, there's other boring queens who suck and do evil things and that are monsters, and they're still alive and kicking. But we lost to Vivian and Jiggly Caliente. It's mean. It's mean. Kristi Noem is still a fucking Trump, and all of these horrid monstrosities of humans are still alive. But two icons who did nothing but bring light and love to the world are gone. It's fucking just makes me so endlessly mad.
It is. It's infuriating and horrific, and you know, I get joy from watching the episodes that they were in, and you know, their legends that they've created are going to be here forever.
Forever. Yeah. Yeah, some of the things they said will be here forever. And that matters.
You know, like the Vivian in that All-Star season, I mean, she gave those bitches a run for their money.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even know she was going to be in the Legend season. When she popped up, I was like, what? Mm-hmm. But of course she won the first UK season. Oh my god. Wow. That makes me so mad.
Me too. And
I can't imagine how they all feel, you know, losing both those girls. I mean, like, because Raja knew Jiggly for 20 years and was on the season with the Vivian. Same with Monet, was close with the Vivian. So, like, they were friends. They were girls. Ugh.
It's horrifically sad.
So sad. So sad. So heartbreaking. Oh my god, thank you for watching our first episode of Snatched Sisters. We nailed that one.
Yeah, we did.
We will see you on the next one.
Yes, we will. Bye.
Bye.
Snatched Sisters is a drag race review podcast with no affiliation to Paramount, World of Wonder, RuPaul Andre Charles, or anyone in connection with the shows. All pictures of the queens were taken from Instagram and TikTok, and we own none of them. Thank you for watching and/or listening to Snatched Sisters.